Howdy ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Taganarium and today I am back with another video on how you can improve your IELTS score and also perform well on the exam. So when I took the IELTS exam, I got a band score of 7.5, which for me I think I did well. I am not too content with it. I think I could have done way better. I don't think I could have done worse, which at least in my opinion. And yeah, today I am here to share some of my experiences, tips that can help you improve the 4 skills and also mistakes that you should avoid as well. So I will start off with one of my weaker skills, which was writing. When I took the writing exam, I got a band 6, which I think I did very badly and I know I could have done way better. I got stuck and also confused on one of the parts. The writing exam was split into 2 parts. One was the 35 to 45 words writing, and also the other one which was 200 word essay. I got confused and also stuck on the first part, which was the short writing one. They showed me a diagram of 2 stones which was measured in length and diameter, and I got very confused. I didn't know what to write about, how I should compare it. Is it to compare long and short, big and small, looking nice or looking bad? I didn't know. I only realized when I got home after I checked for similar answers. And yeah, I could say it was substantially different from what I had written. So some mistakes that you should avoid is to not look down on the writing skill. It's literally 1/4 of the entire exam, 25% of your score. If you do underestimate it, your score will also be cut accordingly. Try writing as much as possible before the exam. Preparation is always good. Try writing as much as possible, either the short form or the essay. It doesn't matter. As long as you write, it's good. Be as expressive as possible. Show off as much as you can. Try writing with as fancy of a vocabulary as possible and also use the right grammar, please. When writing, if you show off as much as possible, the scores will also go up. Write difficult words, do not write simple words. They will judge you on your writing based on your vocabulary and also your grammar as well, while also looking for the consistency. So be expressive as much as possible, show off as much as possible, use fancy languages, and yeah, be confident in your writing and also prepare beforehand. You can also look up advice from experts, professionals, teachers, others who have taken the exam, and they will also give you similar tips as well. So do not look down on writing. Even if you think that you're good, you're still not good enough. Moving on to the second skill, which was also my 3rd best skill, was speaking. I got a band 7 on speaking, which I think I did well, not to the best of my ability either. When I took the exam, I was speaking very fast without thinking or understanding. I did not have time to catch my breath. At that time, I felt like I wasn't nervous, but looking back, I think I was a little bit nervous and the pressure got to me and I spoke very fast, which rightfully so. I only got a 7 on my speaking. And yeah, I think some tips that you can use would be to speak slowly and as confidently as possible. Like right now, I'm trying not to speak fast, so I'm speaking as slowly but also as clearly as I should. So you will be taking the speaking exam by yourself with an interviewer, so try to speak as confidently as possible while also trying to understand the context behind the question. Do not speak as soon as you hear the question because you haven't understand and prepare for it yet. Give yourself time. Upon hearing the question, take some time to think of an answer, construct it properly, and use the right grammar and similarly fancy vocabulary as the writing. Like I mentioned before, show off as much as possible. You are alone. Do not worry about other people. Do not be scared. Impress them with your ability and your score will also go up accordingly. Also avoid speaking or answering with short form answers. They definitely do not like short answers. For example, if they ask you, how have your day been today? You said, it's gone great. So your score will also be low. If they ask you the same question, try to answer, for example, with more context and detail. It's gone great. Today I woke up with nice energy. I had a nice breakfast. The traffic was very smooth. And I also got here very early so that I could prepare for the exam. Met a lot of new people, made a lot of friends, and got ready for this interview. Stuff like that. Try to speak and answer in as much detail as possible, but do not sway away from the main answer. Moving on to my second best skill and the third point, which was reading. I got a band 8 on reading, which I thought I did really well. I thought I could have done a little bit better, maybe an 8.5. Yeah, because reading wasn't based on other people's opinion, like writing or speaking. It was rather on the right answers. So I must have made about 5 mistakes out of the 50 questions. So the tips I could give you are probably be prepared as much as possible. Again, read as much as possible. Mostly read long form writing because they mostly show up in the IELTS exam. While reading, you can also use the skimming and scanning skills, but when I took the exam, I avoid using them as much as possible because for me, I think the skimming and scanning skill could not help me to understand the full context of the reading. So I try to read in full context while also looking out for the main point as well. The main point are usually at the beginning or the end of each paragraph, so try to locate them in those areas and also look out for the main point's context. Read the question beforehand and then move on to the paragraph. That will help you to try to find the answer to each question. Do not rush, you have time, and try to understand as much as possible. Even if you encounter difficult vocabulary, do not worry. Those are usually not that important, or even if it was important, they will explain it later on in the paragraph. So yeah, do not worry about difficult words. Try to scan the main ideas, locate the main points while also reading the question beforehand, and then move on to the paragraph like I mentioned before. You can also read as much as possible before you take the exam because that will really help you a lot. Moving on to our last point and also my most excellent skill, which was listening. I got a bad 9 on the listening test, which was, yes, the full score. Impressive, right? Because most people would think that listening is the hardest skill out of all the 4 macro skills, which I tend to disagree because I think listening is one of the easiest skills out there. Well, I might say that, but I did listen to a lot of videos beforehand, which was very, very long before the exam. I listened 10 years ago, and I'm not kidding either. I always watch British video, like I mentioned before, the Sidemen and stuff like that. I watch them a lot. And yeah, I think they help me to understand the listening part because most of the listening was, I think all of the listening were in British English, if I remember correctly. And yeah, the tips I could give you are to watch as much of British video as possible. That includes British news, also podcasts, broadcasts, funny content, or educational content. They will help you to prepare to the accent, and then when you take the exam, you will be able to understand what the person or the people are saying. Also pay close attention and concentrate on what they are saying. Don't be distracted or swayed by any other things because the listening will only be repeated once or twice if you're lucky. So yeah, try to concentrate as much as possible. Locate what is the main point. Maybe you can write down the main ideas or take notes of what they're saying. You can also read the questions or where you're supposed to fill it in beforehand, and then you can try listening to the audio. So yeah, these are the main points that I can help you with. You can also look up for advices from other professionals or experts or those who have previously taken the exam. They might be able to help you even more. And when you register for the exam, you will be given 2 weeks to prepare. Either you can choose one of the skills to fully develop it, or choose all 4 of the macro skills, which you can improve bit by bit. When I took the exam, I chose all 4 macro skills, and I think the 2 weeks really gave me enough time to prepare for it, but clearly it did not help me with the writing. You can try to look up for a lot of information. They will go into a lot of details as well for the preparation course. So yeah, I really recommend taking the exam preparation course. Do not underestimate it. It will help you a lot. And I hope these tips will help you to improve your IELTS score and also help you perform well on the exam especially. So if these tips really did help you, please leave a like down below, subscribe, comment down below what kind of videos you guys want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.